Hello, and welcome to another episode of This is Rico Trying to Heal My Inner Child. I am Rico, and I'd like to remind everyone that I am not a doctor, I am not a therapist, and I am not a medical professional in any way. Just a regular person trying to navigate through life and trying to navigate what's going on in here. It's better, but there's always room for improvement. I can only try to be better than I was the day before, and that's what I'm trying to do. For this episode, I want to continue on the topic of glimmers, of the things that make me happy, the things that feed my soul, the things that make me feel like life is worthwhile. Now, in the last episode, I talked about people and my pets and the creativity and music. But for this one, I want to talk about my personal possessions, the things that have brought me joy throughout my life, the things that I've collected my entire life. As a child, people were somewhat difficult, but I could get away and play with my toys, and it was an escape. It was an escape to use my imagination and take myself to a different place, to a different world, to somewhere else where things weren't difficult. I loved my toys. I had some pretty cool toys as a youngster, as a very young child. A lot of those were lost. We had a basement flood and a lot of stuff got ruined. But I still have a lot of the toys that I had as a child. I still have a bunch of my G.I. Joes. I still have a bunch of my He-Mans. There's plenty of stuff that I still have. And I can look at these things and they still bring me joy and they still make me feel like a child. They make me feel like a kid back when things were okay. And it was an escape. The toys weren't mean or disrespectful to me. As weird as that sounds, I could play with a bunch of my toys and just escape and have fun with that. And I've collected quite a bit since then. I have a huge collection of action figures, and a lot of them are still in boxes, and I always have the intent to just take them out once in a while and open them up. And, I'm not a collector where I'm going to keep something in a box and then sell it later. No, I buy these things because they bring me joy and I love them. And, eventually I plan on taking them out. And I have boxes and boxes. I have lots of toys. And toys, they bring me joy. They make me happy. And I find toys to be fascinating. Sometimes the details that they go into and sometimes the things that these toys do are really, really fascinating. When my boys were little and I would buy them toys, it was almost more fun for me than it was for them. It was like a second childhood, even though I really don't feel like I had a first childhood. It was kind of taken away from me, but, getting to buy toys for them, getting to buy stuff for them when they were little was just so much fun. I would buy them Lego sets and I would say, let's build it together. And then I would pretty much do it myself because it was just so much fun for me. And we did things together. We played with our toys, with their toys. We did stuff together. I still have a bunch of their Hot Wheels, and I still have a bunch of the toys from when they were little. I've held on to quite a bit. I had a rule in the house because my ex, she didn't like clutter and she didn't like a lot of stuff. But one rule was like, do not get rid of Star Wars. Anything Star Wars, pack it away. I'll deal with it. I'll take care of it. Star Wars was one of my favorite of all time things. And I have some from my childhood, not a lot. A lot of the stuff is gone, but I still have some. And I really, really loved playing with those toys and really loved the escape and, the imagination I could use by playing with these toys. But I'm going to take a quick break and I will be back with a little more of This is Rico Trying to Heal My Inner Child. Welcome back to This is Rico, trying to heal my inner child. For this episode, I'm talking about the glimmers, the little things that bring me joy, the things that make me happy. In the last segment, I was talking about toys. I failed to mention my love for plushies. I have quite the collection of the plushies, and later in life, I found that I just love the stuffed animals. I really do, and I'm not apologetic about that at all. I used to hide myself, used to hide the things that I liked because I had fear of being made fun of or being embarrassed by others. And now I don't really care what anybody else thinks. If you think I'm weird, that's your prerogative. I love what I love, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I have a huge collection of stuffed raccoons. I have a wide variety of stuffed animals and just plushies of all sorts. Things that really bring me joy. And that's something I love. And it's something I love to do. And like I said, I was fearful of those making fun of me or trying to embarrass me for it. I don't care what they think anymore. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. I'm going to do what I love, and I encourage everyone else to do what you love as well. In the last video, I mentioned music and movies, how they were an escape, how I can get away for a little while and listen to some music or watch a movie and just forget about life for a little bit. But I want to talk about the physical media, the collecting of DVDs and CDs and Blu-rays. I still have a bunch of VHS. Anything I've ever loved or even liked, I would collect. I have a huge collection of DVDs. I have a huge collection of CDs. I still have everything from when I was young. I still have all of it. Sometimes I would go out and go to the resale shop. Now, during the time of the iPod craze, when everybody was saving their music to their computers, they would sell their CDs to the resale shop. And I would go and I would buy them up. And I would walk out of there with a stack of CDs every time, or maybe a stack of movies. Sometimes I had stuff I didn't really want anymore, and I would sell that, and I would just trade it in for something else and get more DVDs or movies, whatever I loved, whatever I liked. And sometimes sometimes going online and looking for some things that I didn't have, that was almost as much fun as having the things themselves. And sometimes I would just think of a movie or think of some music and then go searching for it, find it, order it, get it. And I still have tons of stuff. I loved the resale shops. I loved going there and just finding things that people didn't want anymore, finding them for a decent price and buying them all for myself and, growing my collection day by day. And I love that. I love the physical media. I love having things. One day, streaming might stop for whatever reason. I still have my physical media. I can still watch a bunch of movies. I can still listen to my music. I still have these things. Just streaming it isn't enough for me. Streaming is convenient. It's easy, but I prefer to have the physical product. And I love that. I love the resale shops again. I would collect things from Goodwill much of the time. You can always find decent stuff at Goodwill. And, I did that quite a bit. And that was always fun for me. Fun collecting these things. I have a large collection of LPs, of records. I used to buy them at Goodwill for 25 cents each. Sometimes when I was moving furniture, people would be just throwing them out, and I would take them all. At one time, I had about 1,200 records. I don't know how many I have now because I've gotten rid of some out of necessity. But I had the huge collection. And, 45s. I still have all the 45s when I was a kid. I still have all of that music. I wish I could say I had some 8 tracks, but they all got ruined in the basement flood as well. But I'm going to take another break, and I'll be back with a little more of This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Welcome back to This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. I was talking about the physical media, I was talking about the toys, but for this segment, I want to talk about drums. Drums, drums, drums. Drums have always been a huge passion for me. When I was young, I tried to play guitar, I tried to play the bass. I couldn't grasp it right away, and it was a little frustrating. But when I started playing drums, it just came natural to me. Like I was a drummer in a past life and I still had those abilities and I still had the talent. Once I started playing, it became my favorite thing. And my dad bought me a kit when I was a kid, and I used to play so much they had to tell me to stop. And it was just a passion. Now, as I got older, I got my first drum set. I bought myself a drum set, well, with a help from a friend back in 1990, and I still have those drums. Not all of them, but I have my kit. And since then, I've collected many, many, many types of percussion. I have hand drums like bongos, and I had congas. Now I had to sell them, which really breaks my heart, but it was out of necessity. And maybe one day I can get another pair of congas. But I still have my djembes. I still have all the shakers and the noisemakers. I have a suitcase just filled with all types of little instruments, all kinds of little things. And I've just been collecting and collecting. I enjoyed having them. I've enjoyed performing with them. I've enjoyed recording with them, making music, making sounds, making compositions, accompanying others, live performances. I loved all of it. All of that creative outlet was everything for me. And I was always so proud of my equipment. I was always so proud of the things that I had and so proud of my abilities to play these drums and to have the opportunities to play these drums for people. It was it was a lot for me. It really was. I also love collecting musical equipment. Like I have my CD turntables, my mix deck, I should say. Um, I have few different things. You know, I have a sampler, I have a looper pedal, I have things that just make it fun for recording, make it fun for performing, make it fun for making noise and making music and making compositions. And I love every bit of it, every piece of equipment that I have, including this microphone right here. I love all of it because it's something that helps me with my creative outlet, something that help me to just be creative and to create things. Creativity is everything for me as well. Art, music, all of that. And I love collecting like outdated media. I still have a VCR. I have a reel-to-reel tape player. I have an eight-track player, which I don't have any eight tracks, but I have a player. I have cassette players. I have an old boombox. Um, I did have some projectors, and I have a stack of movies, but I don't know where the projectors are. I just realized, and they might be lost. But things like that, learning how to use old equipment, stuff that nobody uses anymore. That is fun for me. I have the reel-to-reel player, and I have some blank tapes, and I could record on those if I want to. And I think I might, just to see how it sounds, just to experiment and try things out. See what I could do with this old media. But it's, like I said, it's just fascinating. And I love every bit of it. I love all of it. But I'm going to take another break, and I'll be back with a little more of This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Welcome back to This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. I'm talking about the possessions, the things that I love, the things that I have, the things that bring me joy. I was talking about my toys. I was talking about my plushies. I was talking about my drums, all the things I've collected, the movies and music. And quite honestly, all of those things bring me joy. They really do. I've had to sell quite a bit of my stuff at different times in my life, and it broke my heart to get rid of stuff, but usually it was out of necessity. I just needed something. I needed a little help, so I had to get rid of some things, and it's okay. Maybe one day I can go back and search for those things and get them back, or get a different version, or get something new. That's okay. That's all part of the joy. The search for these things can be quite rewarding. But it did break my heart to have to get rid of things. I've had some really cool stuff that meant a lot to me, and I had to sell them out of necessity. And they sold pretty quickly because they were nice things. Like my congas, I had to get rid of my congas, and I hated doing that, but I had to. One day, one day I'll get another set of congas, but for now, I just have to deal with things as they are. I still have a lot of my other equipment, and I still have a lot of things, and I can still create, and I can still make make music and make fun for me. Now, another extremely large collection I have is my t-shirts. I have a lot of graphic t-shirts. At one time, I think I had around 200, and I had quite a bit. Now, when I broke my back, I put on a bunch of weight, and I had a large variety of shirts, but they were bigger because I was a little bit bigger. And when I lost the weight, these shirts were kind of baggy, and I didn't want to wear these big baggy clothes anymore. And that was the time when I transitioned all of my wardrobe to black clothing. I got rid of all the stuff. I gave my boys a bunch of shirts. I gave a lot of it to Goodwill. And then I just started collecting again. And I have a huge collection. Now they're all black t-shirts that I have. And it's fun for me to see my boys wearing my old shirts. Every time I see them wearing something that was once mine, I always tell them, "Hey, nice shirt." And that makes me happy. It makes me happy that somebody can appreciate something more than I can if I don't really want it anymore. If somebody can use it and they can appreciate it, that's all the better. And you know, talking about all of these things, all of these possessions, being able to display them and show them off really makes me happy. Um, and I think my message for this video and for both of these videos is do what you love. Do what you love. Do what makes you happy. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. Most might not understand, but it's not for them to understand. You don't have to live your life worried about what other people are going to think or what they're going to say. They can say whatever they want, but it doesn't matter because if it makes you happy, that's all that matters. We don't do it for them, we do it for ourselves. I just encourage everyone to be true to yourself. If you like something, if you love something, and you want it to be a part of your life, and you want it to be something that you possess, then do it. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. They can do their own things. They can live their own lives, and we can all kind of coexist and just let it happen. Be true to yourself. And that's really all I encourage. I encourage you to just do what you love. If you have somebody around you that's going to make fun or whatever, maybe they're not the right people to be around you. You know, you don't need that negativity in your life. Nobody does. So it was fun for me to talk about these things. It really was. The things that bring me joy, the things that make life worthwhile, the things that I love. So I'm going to conclude this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for existing. I want to thank you for your support. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll be back very soon with some more episodes of This is Rico Trying to Heal My Inner Child. And I'd like to just say one more time that I appreciate you. The world is a better place with you in it. And all I really want for us is to get along and have some empathy and compassion and to take care of each other and support each other. So, again, I thank you for your support. I thank you for watching. Um, and I'll be back with some more episodes. I got to say, this was a good feeling to talk about the things that I like. Dealing with the hurt helps. But when you can appreciate things and acknowledge those things as well, that helps tremendously as well. So again, thank you for watching. And from the heart of my bottom, I thank you all for watching. Again, I will be back with some more episodes of This is Rico Trying to Heal My Inner Child. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.